Thank you so much for joining us for a live episode of Next Level Lifestyles. My name is Kebalo Hughes, and I'm here with
Cheryl Kebalo.
And we are here with one of our dear friends, Harrison Beecher from Coalition Properties with KW in Capitol Hill, DC.
Yes, that's right.
Welcome, but we're welcomed here too.
Okay.
Fabulous office you have here.
We're overlooking Stanton Park, a couple blocks from the seat of power for the universe. But yeah, in Washington, D.C.
Very cool.
Talk about location.
I love the vibe.
Yeah, the energy.
Yes.
D.C., I mean, it's about kind of the pace. It's a little different though, right? Because it's such a low-rise city. So even though we're on like the fourth floor here, you have these views. It's kind of like a tree house, but then right around the corner, you got all these cool DC landmarks. So yeah, I'm blessed to be here. Really happy to be here.
This is great. And so let's talk about how we got here. So Harrison, you and I met because we both were 30 under 30 alumni. We met, was it like 2 or 3 summers ago?
Summer of 2017 or 18,
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
We met at a YPM leadership retreat, which was fantastic in Chicago. And listen, I feel like as you go throughout your career, you kind of, or in your life, you find your tribe.
Yeah.
And I'm just so thankful to say that you're one of my friends. And listen, I know, like, and trust you, and I'm just so excited to be able to share your story and your location and lifestyle with our audience.
Maybe take it to the next level.
Oh, to the next.
The next level. We love that. So speaking of next level, tell us, what is the lifestyle here?
So what's interesting about DC is it's really transient, right? So there's people always coming and going, but we've got a small geographic area. So from a real estate perspective, supply and demand gets a little thrown off because you've only got about 11 square miles in the city. It's a very small geographic area with 700,000 or so in the city with about 4 million in the region. Most want to work in the city. So living close to work and things means you'll pay a lot for it. Interesting workforce where everybody's highly educated, everybody's smart, everyone knows an attorney. People know what they want. And that pace I really appreciate because when you want to get something done, people are kind of no BS and they go to do it. We have good food, good restaurant, good nightlife, and the lifestyle expectations extend through all the experiences around. So from fitness to food to shopping to all those things, like efficiency is probably my favorite part about living here. We just don't have much time for stuff, but we're not as bad as New Yorkers and Northeasterners.
You didn't mention the Connecticut people, thank you.
So we're a little bit, it's still got a little bit of the warmth of being close to the south and below the Mason-Dixon line, but we're not wasting time. So that's what I love about it here.
So you guys are kind of like the perfect blend.
It's a good mix, yeah.
About how you got into business and kind of where your business has evolved. And let's be real, guys, he runs one of the most successful real estate groups in the area. So congratulations to you.
So I've been in the area, or like we say, native Washingtonian for that time. High school and college in the city, and I worked in nightlife and hospitality. So I had an advantage getting started because I had a bigger network of people who like and trusted me, and they always associated me with a good time. So my, which is a consistent theme. Well, and even with our business, we built it based off of earning referrals from curating awesome experiences and getting people to want to bring their friends and be part of the community. So if you have those 3 pillars, right? Like when people want to be together and connected in a transient and busy city, that's a differentiator, right? Like we're not just transactional. You work with us. Like I did a neighbor barbecue last week and had like 50 folks just at my house that bought nearby. They had their kids and they're meeting and they connect. So like being that connector is what I love and do, and it's helped us get to over 600 transactions in like the last 29 months as a team.
So you will be president next year of the
Greater Capital Area Association of Realtors, which is, as we said, a little bit different because that's our local, and those that understand realtor talk, that's our local association. And I'm also on the board of directors for our state association, which is the District of Columbia Association of Realtors. So I've been on both of those boards for It's year 4 on G-Car, year 3 on D-Car, and I'll be president for 2022.
Incredible, my friend. This is so incredible. If you are, many of you guys are perhaps considering different lifestyles worldwide, just know that when you are looking to buy or sell a property, when you're using someone that is so invested in the industry, you are going to have beyond top-notch level of service, because the way you volunteer, I always say when we volunteer, we get back tenfold. We really do, because you're in it, you understand what's the latest and greatest, and you're able to best represent your clients.
And we're connected to the rest of our local members, so I can't be out here doing anything crazy because too many folks know you can't fly under the radar, so you know you're getting someone that's
Plus, people won't pull stuff with you either.
Yeah.
And I love that because it's like, listen, we abide by the code of ethics,
Yes.
fair housing, equal opportunities for all. And what's so great is that we're able to elevate our own client experience through our own volunteerism. So I think it's just fantastic. So that's see.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about the housing stock and median sale price, what that gets you.
Sure.
Can you maybe talk to that?
Yeah, so what's really cool about it is we look at our team's business. I've got a pretty even split between condominiums, attached townhomes like we're in now, and detached single family. What makes DC unique from a housing stock perspective is that we have one of the lowest densities of multifamily housing, but like large multifamily, meaning like 5 units or more, of any major city. Wow. And we have a height restriction, so nothing can be more than 14 floors for the height of the Capitol building. Sure. So we can't build up, right? When you have a lot of people that want to live in a space, a limited stock of dense housing, and you can't go up higher, that's going to lead to all the reasons why housing is so expensive here. Classic, both federal, Victorian, different townhome styles, mostly brick on the exterior, built between the late 1800s to mid 1900s. And most of the original ones, if they are still original, have these beautiful brick facades on the outside, but because they're so valuable, most of them are getting completely blown out and renovated inside or upgraded to become 2 or 3 unit buildings, but not many more than 2 or 3. So that means that like when people want to live in an area, you just have less actual houses to buy and live in for a lot of people that won't. That's kind of an interesting housing stock thing, but we also have a small geographic area. So if you're willing to go only 2 to 3 miles in any direction, you can get often more bang for your buck. And value historically in DC flowed from west to east. So we're in Capitol Hill now. The further east and north that you go, the more house you can get for your money, but also the further away you get from these amenities that people come to the region for. So I always tell folks, if you can be a little geographically flexible, be willing to go a couple miles in any direction, you can still be in the city or right outside the city and get to this stuff and pay half the price.
So talk a little bit about the modes of transportation.
Yeah. So DC is actually pretty good with public transportation. We have a metro system, which is an underground and above ground public train that you can take. It's had some challenges lately, but they are doing a lot of revamping of it to make it work better. It's pretty reliable. The bus system is pretty robust. We were one of the first cities to get Capital Bike Share. So we have the shared bikes that you can take, and scooters. We're not as much as Austin, but we got tons of scooter options as well.
I used to have scooters here before.
So you got lots of ways to get around, and the city, there's actually, because it's a city of politics and advocacy, there's a lot of advocacy for bikers, walkers, and so we have a lot of bike lanes and a lot of different ways that you can navigate with non-car options. But I'd say about half the people still have cars. So
the activities, as far as like how active of a lifestyle is this area?
it was a ranking, and I'm never one of those people that would throw out a quote
like
without
the
actual
exact
stat.
quote,
Yeah, but I know we were in like the top 10 fittest cities in terms of how many gyms per capita, how many people go to the gym, and I think that's just because you have such a highly productive and driven workforce. They all have to like work out.
That's it.
So
hey, listen,
I mean,
do what you gotta do.
most of my clients will list in terms of priority: good grocery store, gym, place to get some food, place to eat, and park, right? Like, can I get those? If you can get all of those, and metro, right? If I can get close to all that, you're gonna pay the most. So where we are now, our walk score would be in the like 95 to 98 because I've got all of those within probably 3 blocks of where we are right now. But what's cool is that all these neighborhoods had a really cool legacy before. So with all of our marketing, I always try to focus on not just the fancy, pretty, shiny now, but what was the infrastructure from the 40s, 50s, 60s that made this neighborhood, be well positioned to kind of be revitalized. So it's a mix, and we'd have both our parents loving it and selling their house in the burbs to buy the fancy condo, and then us, around our age, wanting to get their first and second house, and everybody had tons of money, so that's why it was very competitive throughout. And it's been fun to help people navigate that and win on both sides, but it just means our competition is consistently stiff because you got pressure from kind of all sides of the market.
And that again is why you need to align yourself with someone like Harrison and his team that will take top-notch care, and having, them in your corner is just so valuable. Really, that's what it comes down to. So speaking of Harrison, how can people find you? If someone wants to connect with you, maybe have a nice consultation, maybe they want to upsize, downsize, or maybe consider the lifestyle and the location.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're all over social media. So at Coalition Properties is our team page. I am at HL Beach, like the beach that you swim in. Don't think of DC as just the federal city and the monuments and the stuff that people come to see from all over the world. There's a really robust and diverse area around it. Like that's what I think makes this area special. Like I grew up knowing and having close relationships with a wide swath of people that has prepared me to, I think, just be a better global citizen. So like people ask like, why do you pay so much? It's to live in an area where you get to experience such a wide range of array of people. And that's what I love about the area. And if you come here, we can let you get some of that in your next level life.
I love that.
And with that, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us, Harrison.
Thank you so much.
And for everyone that's listening in, we'll catch you later.